I know it's kind of nutty, but I really do think that we're right on the brink of something.
I think you both believe there's a leap. It's just that Dr. Joe you're leaping into something better. And John, you think we're leaping off a cliff.
Yeah, no. I think we're going off a cliff. I really do. I mean, we don't have to have that evolution do it. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, some lab someday, some will create the virus that does in fact infect 100% of the people and does in fact have a 100% death rate. Well, okay. You think that's out of the question? Think again, people.
No, not at all.
So
it's what we do with it.
People in biological labs creating these weapons, what guarantees do we have that the shit they're creating is not going to escape? Huh? None. Yeah. None. But in any case, that's a different story. The question was rational. Holy fuck. All right, rational. What does that actually mean? It means logical, based on some set of functions and principles upon which that logic can rest. Like, I don't know, Boolean algebra, right? A computer, let's do computers, which is basically Boolean algebra. That is the foundation upon which it rests. And there is no doubt that that foundation is true, 100%. We're pretty goddamn useless in solving problems of the human heart, or of the negative aspects of ourselves. We're loving, and kind, and generous, compassionate. Simultaneously, we are greedy and fearful, jealous, envious, gluttonous. So logic will never solve that problem, my friend, because in the world of logic, that set of problems defies logic. That's your left brain shit talking to you right there. But so there's no logic to the subconscious, no logic to anything below the level where mathematics still functions.
Yeah, I agree. You know that it's not the logic, but it gets into this, as you say, you know, memory, irrational thought, you know, subconscious thought. Oh my God. That almost brings us back into your therapy session.
Oh, okay. Let's do therapy. Welcome back. Except we don't have time. We've already.
Oh no! Oh no! We ran out of time.
Great check.
Before we do that though, can we see Janice? Because I would love once again just to thank her if she wants to come on. Thank her once again for arranging this, because it's really terrific.
It's the reason. Okay, I'm serious now.
Okay.
Is the reason that you're asking that is because of the rumors that cropped up in the past 2 days?
I have no idea what
Janice
are.
What the Janice has left me? Is that why you want to see her?
No, my God, no. I didn't know any of those rumors. What's going on?
Well, you know, because a lot of people called and said, "Is Janice in there?" And I go, "Yes." Can we see her or talk to her?
No, I can tell you, John, I'm never going to lie to you or bullshit you. I'm
so we can pass on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, totally. No idea.
Janice, baby, come over here.
Yeah. No idea. Absolutely.
Hey, John.
Hello.
Oh, John.
Hello.
Just want to thank you again.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Yes.
Hi, I just want to thank you again for setting this up. Really appreciate it.
Of course.
And honestly,
you're most welcome.
You know, it's just such a treat for us to be chatting with both of you. But I do have a quick question for you, if it's okay.
Yes.
So, is this guy full of crap, or is he like really as smart as everybody thinks he is? What do you think?
I'm full of crap.
About half and half.
I love it. Yeah. No, really though, we so enjoy this, truly do. So no, John, I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna go.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop fucking with you because you take everything seriously. So, which is my fault. Because I
No.
did say, let's get serious for a minute.
I-
didn't I?
Thanks, Shannon. Bye.
Listen,
Never felt that
when,
way, did you?
when
Can I
I
ask you a question?
when I ever say let's get serious for it,
I will know that.
everybody who knows me knows immediately. Oh man, here comes a joke.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. I will absorb that into my head. I got a quick question for you though. I know Mark's got a question too, but you mentioned your grandfather, and
Yes.
you mentioned growing up. So where did you grow up actually?
Okay, well, I was born in England. My father was a U.S. serviceman serving in World War II. My mother was British. She was already married. Her husband was in France, and like most of the British women, they took solace in the American soldiers. In any case, I was the product. When I was 2, we went to America because at the end of the war, my dad left. I was with my mom when I was born. My dad went there. And went to the Appalachians, which is the poorest part of America. Certainly not the world. I have been all over the world, and there are much more places that are poverty-stricken. So in any case, but it was not pleasant. It was a coal mining area. Didn't have an indoor bathroom, had an outhouse, which is fine. It always gave me an excuse as a young boy after I could walk by myself to get up the fuck out of the house, right? Yeah, outside for a while. And I don't know. It was, in spite of my father, who was spectacularly abusive, my grandfather, and by the way, to explain this, okay, so when we went back to America, listen, this is 1947. Nobody had any fucking money anywhere. World War II had just ended.
Mm-hmm.
You know, England had been bombed into oblivion. Germany, the economy totally collapsed, and like much of Eastern and Western Europe. But there was fucking nothing. So we were living in a 2-room apartment underneath, on the first floor of my grandfather's and grandmother's house, which is a bigger house up above. Right? So my grandfather was always the counterbalance to my dad. My grandfather had lived I'm talking all right, so because I love talking about my grandfather. Had left home with his wife, Nancy, right? With 3 children, my father and 2 brothers, just disappeared. Came back, and then the kids were young. And my father was, I don't know, something like 12, and he was the oldest. So, anyway, just left her with the kids. And then 10 years later, showed up at the door, knocked, and my grandmother took him back. So that pissed off my dad so much that he went off and joined the army. He was not going to sit there after he, for 10 years, had raised 2 younger brothers and tried to support the fucking family. So he was righteously pissed. Cannot blame him. But my grandfather, when he came back, was a totally different man. I mean, he was loving and kind to everybody, even to my dad, even people who didn't like him. He was missing a finger, this one. Never told anybody why or what. I learned how to shoot with his second, with his middle finger. Taught me how to shoot. And basically told me what life was all about. You know, number one, you can't trust anybody. And if you do, if you think that's not true, then you know nothing of history. Where, for example, in the Roman Empire, the highest of civilizations, where people were polite and cultured, educated, and knowledgeable, 80% of all of the Caesars were killed either by their wife, number one, wife, 2, son, 3, brother, or someone wanting the throne. This is true. We can look it up. Look at English history. Same thing. What do you do when you win a war? You eradicate the royal family, right? If you have people who are cooperating from your enemy, which the smart people did, they go, oh my God, we're not going to win this war. So you go to the opposing king in France and say, listen, I'm on your side. What can I do for you? And they say, well, you could help us with this whacking the king. Please, you can't trust anybody. The only person you can trust is yourself. Even mothers, in Rome, many mothers killed their own children for ambition, or for the ambition of their favorite son or daughter. And you think it's only in ancient Rome? No, fuck me, in America. I mean, look at the number of cases where mothers have, like in, I think, North Carolina, a mother drove her 2 infants into a pond, drowned them, because her boyfriend didn't want them. Now, who can you trust? You think, well, I can trust my wife because I know my wife. I would challenge you that if you think you know your wife, then you do not know yourself.
But I do appreciate that Janice is willing to taste the food and drink the drink before you do.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And if she were smart, I mean, she'd do the same with everybody, like I do with everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, you hand me something, like it happens constantly. People go, oh, here, glass of wine. What is your favorite? Whatever. I go, thank you. And I'll hold it. As soon as they turn their back, I'll put it down or something. And if they're watching like a hawk, I'll accidentally spill it. But I'm sure it's fucked. I'm not going to drink it.
Huh.
I just love this dynamic here. It's like, because John, you're like a one-man cavity crew to Dr. Joe, where it's like you both make so much sense. You're talking about what's been and what's probable looking at the math. Dr. Joe, you look at what can be and what's possible looking at the human mind.
Yeah, but in my case, everything I know, I mean, none of it came from school, books, Google research, or words from another person's mouth. Everything I know came from my own experience.
Yeah. And
some of my experiences have been, for many people, extraordinary.
Yeah.
In scope and depth. I was chased by an entire army and police.
Right.
Escaped into Guatemala, jailed by 50 Interpol officers in Guatemala. Janice and I, just 7 months ago, she just got out of jail in the Republic. To me, this is just ordinary life. It's just if you're outside the box, I mean, outside completely. Like, I don't give a shit about anything I own. If you doubt that, Janice has been with me long enough to see things that she thought were precious to me, where they go, oh my God, we can't leave it here because, no, we're leaving it here. We have to leave. Come. Stuff means nothing to me. Money means nothing to me. Why? It's the easiest thing in the world to make, easiest thing in the world to lose. Eat some, make some. Not too much, lose some. No, the only thing that matters to me is, well, number one, enjoying myself 24 hours a day, no matter where I am or what's happening. And number two, leaving for my children and grandchildren, and yes, I have a few great grandchildren, a world easier to navigate.
John,
the one I entered.
And you still think that's possible?
Yes, it's already happening in some ways. I mean, yes, it's possible. It is possible.
I think that says wonderful things about you, John. I really do.
Does it?
Well, yeah. It talks about resilience. It talks about, connection to other people, even though there were people in your life that you couldn't trust.
Stretch the canvas, rush with madness. Is it sadness or just a show? Then go, 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 go.